opportunities, of course, so he overpassed me, but it doesn't matter, I'm really happy with generally all the things.
Novak, could you talk about Roger's mind? Is that his greatest strength? He uses that to overcome tough situations, both in the big picture and the small picture. Is that his greatest strength?
Well, yeah, one of his biggest strengths is that mental strength. He gets advantage over the players in any match he goes into, because the players are, thinking, okay, I'm playing Roger Federer, one of the best players ever in the tennis, so right away he has this little advantage. But of course, on the other hand, you have to put yourself in his position. He's #1 player of the world, and everybody expects him to do well on every tournament, on every surface. So he has a lot of pressure, and it's amazing to see him how fast and how successful he deals with that pressure, and then he performs some incredible tennis. So obviously, he's very, of course, he's very talented, and he has a lot of talents and advantages. But to come in that situation, he had to work a lot, and he had to wait. It cannot happen right away. Time is very valuable, and time is experience. And he has much more experience than I have. His bottom line is that he's 5-6 years older than me. So, looking at this year, I don't have anything to complain about. I had the best year ever. So I'm gonna go slowly and try to learn some things and see what I need to do to improve my game, so I can get to these matches a bit easier.
I know that on the 7th set point, you hit a forehand that missed by about 1 millimeter. If that ball is in, how does this afternoon change? Now it's 1-1 in sets.
Well, as I said, anything could happen. It could go either way. It was unpredictable from the both sides. Considering the fact that I played some amazing tennis on this surface, especially in the last couple of weeks, he couldn't expect an easy match. I got to the Grand Slam final, so and since we got to the court, everybody was holding their serve pretty comfortably, and then on these important moments, obviously I was doing something wrong, and then I missed that shot, and I was a bit unlucky, I can say. So besides the knowledge and footwork and physical mental strength, you need as well a little bit of luck, which I today didn't have. But again,
going back to that point though, can you believe how close it was?
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
Do you think that
I was asking the crowd what I need to do, nobody to give me any advice, so I had to continue by my own.
Scott.
Novak, you've handled just about everything tennis has thrown at you, been on the big stage, seemed very at ease on it. Today, was it just a little bit bigger than you were prepared for just because you've never been in it before, or did you feel completely comfortable at it?
Well, I didn't feel completely comfortable, I was enjoying the atmosphere of the court as well, and winning against Roger in the last match we had just a couple of weeks ago was some kind of mental advantage in the way for me, and another extra motivation, and because of that match I believed even more that I can win this match and this tournament. But it's a new thing for me. It's a new experience, and as I said, today I was a bit unlucky, and it brought me a negative outcome.
Cindy?
Novak, you're talking about you being unlucky, but yesterday Davydenko said of Roger when asked what's the one thing he does best, and he said lucky. There are a couple of those set points of his that the ball literally landed on the line. Were you feeling like, wow, this guy really just is lucky?
Well, as I was saying before, next to all those elements and all this positive strength you have in your game, in your mind, you you need a bit of luck, and I cannot say that he's #1 player of the world because he's lucky. That's a bit strange to say, but he's a big worker. He's very, very talented, a great player. That's why he deserves to be there where he is. But of course, he is lucky, and he gets these lines and these lucky shots. I can say because he's going for them. He's not trying to play safe. He's really being aggressive.
Novak, 3 years ago, he was already #1. You were 17 years old and maybe not yet thinking reaching a Grand Slam final. Was he ever your role model then, or other players?
Well, my lifetime idol was Sampras, I have to admit. And as a kid, I watched him play, and even though we have totally different game and style and thinking, I really adored his way of playing and coping with that pressure, and I think Sampras and Federer have this thing in common. They're very similar in that they're very mentally very strong. In that important moments, they always play their best. And they're very ice cold faces and just going for the shot, and really that's why they're two best players ever for me. But I always liked the way the Roger plays, but since I got into this professional tennis, I wasn't trying to look on someone as an idol. I was just trying to improve more and more.
Michelle?
We were wondering, hello right here.
Oh, okay.
Maria Sharapova was in your box, and also Robert De Niro. What are those two relationships with you? Somebody had to ask.
Yeah, I was expecting that question in the first place, but no, let's don't go too much with Maria. It's just the friendship we have, and it was nice from her to come and support me, and as well Robert. He was yesterday on the match, and today. I mean, it's amazing feeling to see such a successful people, in my box, supporting me, playing with me. I can say, living every emotional moment, and it's great. It's great.
What does she think of your imitation?
Sorry?
What does she think of your imitation, Novak?
She says she's gonna kill me. But of course, everybody she accepted it on the right way. Of course, she found it funny, not offended.
I wanted to ask, how did you meet Robert De Niro? Did he just show up in your box? He just said he's a fan of yours?
Hey, I met him randomly on the street. I was sitting in a bar. He was coming and smoking cigarette. No, no, he was. We were invited. I went with a couple of players. Ana Ivanovic was on that dinner. We got invited from him and his wife to come to the dinner, and it was really nice. He owns the Japanese restaurant, so we went there for dinner and we met. We talked, and he's, as well, his wife is a very big fan of tennis, and she's a great woman, and he's a great person. So I'm really happy that they showed up and supported me.
Novak, can you look upon this experience as like you're paying your dues in a way, and that it may be a different story the next time you might meet Federer, let's say in a Grand Slam final?
Well, I was always saying that every time you play Federer and Nadal and these top players, you learn something new, and obviously you try to improve your game and way of thinking for the next challenge. And I'm still only 20 years old. I have a lot of time in front of me, so I'm really not worried of anything or feeling sorry. Yes, I feel sorry about today, but it doesn't matter. We have to get we have to look in the future, and I hope I'm gonna have a lot more matches against Roger, because obviously he's not, the way he's playing, he's not planning to get get over that first place, which is so wanted from everybody, but but it's okay.